What's up, everybody? Clinton Foshee here, and
I'm Albert Chavez.
And today we have a big timer on straight from Hanover Fight School in Hanover, Germany. My brother by another mother, Mr. Gjoni Palokaj. Thank you so much for taking the time. I know it's a little bit of a time difference. We appreciate you coming on, though.
Thank you guys for having me here.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. So quick question. Are you originally from are you originally from Hanover, or what part of Germany are you originally from?
Yes, I was born in Hanover.
Born and raised in Hanover.
What was it like? What was it like growing up in Germany? I mean, clearly we're in the United States. It's a completely different vibe. How was it like growing up in Germany?
Yes, how can I tell it? In Germany, it's really cool here. We have everything we need, and yes, it was really cool here.
It's a lot more laid back, and it's funny because I started, since we've made the alignment with you and Max and with David, I started looking at real estate and buying a place over there in Hanover. So I've been doing like a lot of research of looking at the different areas, and it's super like, number one, it's super clean compared to the United States. And then number two, it's like there's so many things to do there and kind of relaxing as well.
I know you guys met in Miami. Have you traveled at all outside to the United States in other parts that you were able to see and travel to?
We met just in Miami the first time, but I was also in Brazil, in Rio, and trained in Novo União, the gym from
He actually trained with Dede.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I've heard he's really cool. I've heard a lot about him.
Yeah. So I know you trained at the world-renowned Hanover Fight School. I'm looking forward to coming over there later this year with your uncle David, a.k.a. Fight School Boss, and your brother / good friend Max Holzer. When did you originally start training there at Hanover Fight School?
Well, I just started. Fight School Hanover was my first gym, and I started there when I was 18. And before I started with combat sports, I was playing football. I tried every sport, but I started with combat sports very late.
It seems like that's a pattern, actually. A lot of people do play football. You're talking about like football, like soccer, right?
Yeah, soccer.
Yeah. It seems like that's a common pattern. It probably translates really well in MMA to use a lot of your footwork. And what position did you end up playing back then?
I was, how can I tell in English?
Defender?
No, not defender.
Striker?
Yes, I was a striker.
Striker, yeah. Like Ronaldo.
Who was your favorite soccer player?
It was Ronaldinho and Ronaldo from Brazil.
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho was a boss.
Dude, that was so much fun playing against him in FIFA.
So I know a few weeks back we had Max on, and he talked about your brotherhood. Now I've oftentimes said it was kind of like Aljo and Marab because you guys are so close and look out for each other so much. And he specifically talked about you being such an influence on him and how really, in his words, he said he wouldn't be anywhere without you. So let me ask you a question. How big is that for you to have such an impact in your fight career already, that you're already impacting people?
Max, when he started with combat sports, he was 14 years old.
Yeah.
And every time after the training, he comes to me and asks me for the techniques. And so we grew up together a bit more and more.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. It feels like you guys help each other like move and maneuver between different strategies and stuff like that too. It probably makes the journey a little bit easier having a partner that's relatively the same size and style, and then you can go back and forth with each other.
Yes, it's normal. It's much easier when you have one partner we can grow up together, and we always train together, and we got better. But we have many more training partners. They're really good here.
Yeah, they a lot of really good guys. But you know, it's also cool though that you guys have the relationship and the brotherhood you have, you know, going into, like, you can tell the difference between somebody that's just a teammate or somebody that's a brother, and you can tell that you guys actually care about each other and want to see each other succeed, which is super cool to have in this day and time when people are so much about themselves. To see each of you care about each other is a really cool vibe to have.
So I'm curious, you said that you were originally a football player. What made you transition to MMA? When did you know that you actually wanted to be an MMA fighter?
How can I tell it? For me, I loved football. I love today also football, but I don't like the training. I was a bit. I only like to play football, but not to go to the training. And after a few years, I thought maybe you can try something new. And David, my uncle, had the fight school gym, and he always told me, just try it, come to the gym. And just one day I thought, okay, let's try it. And I fell in love with
you didn't have a problem going to training then. It's kind of like with jiu-jitsu or anything with like
I started with jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
That's what you started with?
I just fell in love with jiu-jitsu, and
then it just escalated from there.
Yes.
Yeah, same for me. That's kind of how it went with me, same way. So let me ask you a question. I know your Uncle David had a school, you know, and ran, but what did your family, what did your dad, your mom, what did your family think whenever you finally said, hey, I want to be a professional fighter? Were they shocked? Were they like, no? What did they say?
They always supported me, but first they thought I'm gonna be crazy.
Yeah. well,
especially my mom.
Yeah.
Has your mom, let me ask you a question. Has your mom ever come to see one of your fights?
No.
No?
Never.
She's like, call me and tell me when you're done.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was only asking if I was, how was the fight gone, and that's it.
It's always hard for the moms. They're either super into it or they're super against it and like, oh my God, please don't get hurt.
Yes.
So yeah, go ahead.
I know you're coming off of a win, your last win. You jumped up to number 8 in the rankings with Octagon. You know, what's next? When are you looking to fight again next? Have you heard anything? What's kind of going on? Just training and staying ready?
Normal. I'm in training. I'm always ready, but I asked Octagon to fight. I want some higher in the rankings, maybe the 1 till the 4. Do
you let me ask you a question. Do you have anybody in particular, or you just don't care? You'll fight whoever in the rankings?
To be honest, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want to get the title, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't care who I fight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have the style to do it. And I know I don't know how hard it is with you and Max being in the same competition, but you guys are always pushing each other. So you guys are definitely going to make it to the title fight for sure. I'm excited to see that happen.
Well, and your game is so diverse. You know, your ground game, you have that style. You also have hands, and you can throw hands. Your striking is on point. So in my humble opinion, and not just because, you know, we're partners, I feel like you're a complete fighter, and, you know, it's only a matter of time before we get you into the UFC and get you where you're going to be,
yes,
which
I
is
hope so. And I'm also confident we will do it.
I have no doubts. We would definitely get you there. So
I'm always curious to ask a lot of fighters that we've had on this question. It's really impactful for me. Is there something that you do mentally to get you ready for a fight? Is that like day of that you have to do or week of so that you are prepared for the battle in the octagon?
No, I don't really care about this. I know we all are humans. I know they're also excited like me as my opponents. And yes.
So do you like to hang out with your buddies ahead of time, or you more of like keep by yourself and stay focused that way when you get ready for a fight?
I like to stay with my team, to go outside a bit. Yes, and when I go to the area, I'm always focused.
Yeah. I'm the same way. Like, I'm the type of person, I'm like, I don't want anybody to talk to me except for the people that I have there. I don't want to talk. Like, I'm dialed into what, I need to do to get done,
So with the transition to MMA too, is there, what has been like one of the biggest lessons that you learned about yourself after joining and becoming a professional MMA fighter?
I was playing my whole life football, and when I play football, I could do everything. But in MMA, I learned that's a lifestyle you have to live in for the sport.
Yeah.
There's just so much you guys have to do all the time. Like, you have so many different trainings that you have to do. Like you said, you do jiu-jitsu, you got to do practice striking, leg kicks. It's a lot to do, and then
There's
balance
so many
everything
areas
else.
you have to learn.
Everything. It's funny when we first started kind of talking about the podcast and doing everything, Albert really didn't know. He played basketball. So he didn't really know like about the MMA scene. And when we started talking, I said, man, like, he started seeing like with Hoffa, like, he was like, man, how often does he train? And I'm like, dude, in a normal day, he trains 2 hours jiu-jitsu. He goes, tries to eat something really quick. He comes back, cardio training. Then you have striking training. Like, people don't understand the amount of work. Like, in their mind, people think, oh, you just show up and fight. They don't know that there's countless, 8-hour days that you're training 8 hours a day, sometimes to get ready, which is always crazy to me because, again, people just think, oh, it's really nothing to it. They're just showing up and fighting. But it's so much more than just showing up, for a fight. So,
yes, of course.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question with that. What is it that keeps you pushing yourself or that keeps you motivated whenever there's times when you're like, man, this is a lot of things going on? What is it that motivates you or that you think about that keeps you pushing forward?
My teammates, when I see they're doing the same shit and they're pushing us, for me, that's motivation to keep up.
Well, there's like a different bond too whenever you are going through something that difficult. It's like people don't understand, like, when you have to go through and like push your body past you think you past them what you can actually go. You're forever linked with that person too.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys are going through the same stuff. So that's really admirable. Thank you for sharing. So for Gjoni, what is some long-term goals that you want to pursue with your career in MMA?
I love the sport, and my goal is to become a champion in the UFC and to live from the sport. I have a bachelor's degree. I also can go work and make some money with my work, but I want to earn money doing what I love.
I love it. I love it. And then, so obviously we know you're really dedicated to your craft. What do you like to do outside the octagon? What do you like to pursue? What do you like to relax and do outside of just training?
I'm a guy, I like to be with friends, to go outside, but just to relax with them. I like the nature. I like sun, a good weather, to go outside with them.
Yeah.
Is there some place, I know Clint was talking about going to Germany pretty soon. Is there some place that you want to take him in Germany that he has to go and see? Is there something that you like to do, like hiking, go explore?
We have to go to some other towns. They're nice, but Hanover is okay. It's okay, but we have many more beautiful places in Germany.
Awesome. Let me ask you a question. If you could go on a trip to anywhere in the world, what would be the one place that you would be like, hey, I want to go to this place?
It was always my dream to go to Miami, and I did this.
Okay.
That's my dream place.
Yeah, Miami is an epic.
It's super fun. Yeah, it's definitely, there's a lot to do. There's a lot of partying. There's a lot of beaches there. That's very nice. The weather's always gorgeous.
Was that your first time going to Miami?
No, the second time.
That was my
this year. One more time with Max.
Oh, sweet. All right, so we're gonna jump into something that we do called rapid fire questions. So we're gonna ask you kind of several questions, and you just, whatever fighter pops into your head first, you just say that.
Okay,
so
let's go.
Let's get it. Cool.
Ready, go.
So for the first one, who was your favorite fighter growing up?
My favorite fighter was Daniel Weichel from Bellator. Is a German fighter. I met him years ago in a seminar in the Fight School Nova.
Yeah,
and he motivated me to go into sport more, to be a professional fighter.
Oh dang, that's
sweet.
impactful.
Yeah, that's all right. What UFC fighter would you most want to be friends with outside of the octagon?
Rafael dos Anjos.
Well, he's already your friend. We're gonna hang out whenever you come over. We'll all go hang out and train together.
So if given the opportunity, who would you want to fight most in the UFC?
I think Max Holloway.
Dude, that would be fun.
Stylistically, that would be a good.
Yeah.
That would be a good fight.
He gives everyone the hardest fight.
Yeah. And then you might go in the middle too and go back and forth with each other.
Who are your top 5 UFC fighters of all time?
Khabib Nurmagomedov, Rafael dos Anjos, Islam Makhachev. To be honest, Conor McGregor too. And Max Holloway.
Max Holloway?
Yeah, I agree. Islam's got a big fight this week coming up too.
Yes,
how do you think? How do you think it goes down?
Man, I think Islam will win this because his ground game is too strong. But I hope Dustin can do something.
I think it is going to be an absolute destroy. I said this on the podcast for Dustin's last fight. I thought he might retire from that last fight, but the fact that he's already saying that he's going to retire after this fight, I think in his mind, I think Islam is going to dominate him. I think he's going to take him down. I honestly don't think it goes past the first round unless Islam wants it to. I think Islam's going to dominate him. No disrespect to Dustin Poirier, Hall of Fame career, great guy, but I just think Islam's ground game is on a whole nother level, and I don't think he's going to be able to last.
Yeah, it looks like Dustin just wants a shot at the title fight one more time. He's already talking about, retiring so he can be there for his family. I'm rooting for Dustin, I really do, but there's no shot against Islam unless he gets a lucky punch. So
I don't think Islam. I think Islam.
Yeah.
Well, and on top of that, Islam said that Khabib is actually coming out of corner retirement too. He's actually he said the eagle has landed, so Khabib is actually going to be cornering.
Yes, he will be in this corner.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no way. There's no way Islam
much.
pulls it out unless there's something unforeseen that happens. I don't foresee it happen.
Yeah. So this last question is a fun one. So if there was a zombie apocalypse, what fighter would you want by your side?
I think Sean Strickland.
Yeah, Strickland.
He's crazy.
And he's got all the guns.
Yes.
I would definitely say that would be the one that I would go with as well. Going back to the Islam fight, one thing that does have me curious that's come out is they're saying that Islam has a staph infection in his shin.
Yes, I already saw it.
Yeah.
But he told the guys he's 100% fit. I don't know. Maybe it is an old infection.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see if that has anything to do, because when you have a staph infection, it completely affects, because you have to get on medications, you have to kind of take it easy. It affects a lot of things.
Drink water too and hydrate, right? I want to make weight.
I still think Islam wins, but if there is a chance for Dustin, he better hope that staph is a bad infection and that it helps him. So I know it's late there, so we'll kind of cut this short. Quick question. If today was your last day, what is it that you would want Gjoni to be remembered for as his legacy?
Oh.
That's a deep one. If you need to take a second, take it.
Yes. I want to be remembered as a good person that cares for his family and his friends.
And I already see, the way you carry yourself too is, I can feel it in your energy. Clinton's told me a lot about you throughout your interactions with each other. And you can tell you're really dedicated with your craft, but that's not the only person that you are. So it seems like that you just want to just be there for your family. And then the fact that you and Max have this strong brotherhood, you can hear it that like you want him to succeed as well and for you to succeed in life too. So that's cool to see. Thank you for sharing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's funny because one of the things I talked to David about is the reason that I wanted to work with, you, David, Max, and kind of build up the gym there. As much as I love you guys as fighters, bigger than just being great fighters, you all have a very good energy about yourselves, as well as very loyal and family oriented. And it's funny that we've only met in person one time, but like I told David, I literally would take a bullet for one of you guys just because I feel that brotherhood with you guys. And so, when you say that, I know that, and it's glad to get that out because, I'm grateful for you guys and being a part of this journey for you guys to be, champions and us building up the gym and creating a lifelong brotherhood. So, I'm super grateful, for you coming on and just for everything that you do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Gjoni.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much for stopping in. I'll be in contact with you. If you need anything, I'm always here, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, brother. I'll talk to you soon.